Generation 2 has some pretty amazing designs, but then some that are absolute But I will give Johto the reward of having the least mid Pokemon out of probably any generation. Johto is like your server at Hooters. You got your 10s and you got your 2s, but there's no mids. In this video, I'm going to be pointing out the very few mid Pokemon of Generation 2 and why they're just mid. If you have not checked out my Generation 1 video of mid Pokemon, you should do it. It's pretty funny. Anyways, there ain't a better mid Pokemon to start off with than Noctowl. I really don't want to stay on this one for too long because I literally can't think of anything funny to say about it. At least they didn't give it... Oh, yeah, those are horns. See, I covered in my Generation 1 video that when they make a mid Pokemon design, they just like to give it horns, and then all of a sudden, it's not an animal no more, it's a Pokemon. Nonetheless, Noctowl really is just a big-ass owl. But another thing that Game Freak likes to do with their mid designs is to make it a bit interesting by giving it the Psychic type. Oh, it's not a Psychic type.
No. Wait.
Well, let's take a look at a real Psychic type, Xatu. Xatu is that one Pokemon that has a sick concept being based off Kachina dolls and totem poles. It also has great lore with the whole seeing into the future and the past. I mean, bro is literally scared to move because it doesn't want its future sights to come true. But Xatu just kind of looks ugly. He looks completely emotionless, like it would sound like the Google Translate girl.
Hello, I am Xatu.
It's a good example of how Johto doesn't have many mid Pokemon, but since the punching bag Psychic type is better, I'm gonna have to say that Xatu is mid. Oh, I got a lot to say about this next one. Granbull, over here looking like Dwayne Johnson from the Tooth Fairy. I don't know what it is about this but it just makes me uncomfortable. Granbull out here defying the laws of hierarchy, becoming an Andrew Tate top G while staying true to his Tooth Fairy natures. Bro out here showing off his dominance with a leash around his neck. Bro is Senor Pink, but without a good reason. If it were up to me, I'd gum bazooka this thing out of existence. But in reality, the concept and design isn't really god-awful. It's just mid. There's a good side to everything, and Granbull at the end of the day does look kind of cool. But cover up your junk, dude. I thoroughly enjoy the idea of having a Pokemon based off Santa Claus. But Delibird is not Santa Claus. You cannot gaslight me into believing that this thing is based off of Santa Claus. I completely forget that this Pokemon even exists from time to time. Honestly, if Delibird were to completely vanish from existence, I wouldn't even notice. I think the concept is neat. Of course, I love the idea of a Pokemon being based off Santa Claus, and it's not necessarily ugly or cute or cool, nor anything. This is the Pokemon we get that's based off of such a cool idea like Santa Claus. I think this is a good example about how Generation 2 might have went just a bit too far on the little single stage gimmick Pokemon. But of course, what's ugly Santa Claus without his ugly reindeer? Stantler got completely redeemed with the new evolution, but let me just clown on this midness for a minute, as if this video was made like 4 years ago today. Rudolph, the brown-nosed horse. I can't think of anything more mid than a brown reindeer, droopy-ass face with a beak, and some douchey eyebrows. And is that a tail or a f***ing wheel? Stantler really took Scoochin to the next level. Unfortunately, Stantler isn't a puppy, so it's not that cute.
Please!
Next up, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they decided to make Togetic so bad. Togepi was that Pokemon that they introduced to market the second generation, kind of like Pikachu, but they completely failed. Togepi is kind of cute, but Togetic? This was supposed to be the final evolution. This was supposed to be the Raichu of Generation 2. Togekiss is alright, I guess, but the fact that this was supposed to be it, and I thought Togepi was hatching from the egg, not becoming the egg, and then morphing into it's supposed to be a bird, I guess. I don't know, I don't care, mid. We have 2 more Pokemon left, but I just wanted to take a second to plug in our channel project called Chat Makes a Pokemon Fan Game. We've been working on this for a very long time, and anybody can come help us make this Pokemon fan game. They don't need any experience with anything. You literally just come and stream or in the Discord and be like, hey, I have an idea, and then you can read the lore that we made and all that. It's a lot of fun, so if you are interested, there's links in the description that'll take you to like the video about it and join the Discord. There also should be like a card right here or something. I don't know. Alright, so Remoraid, a fish, evolves into an octopus. This has been figured out. Remoraid is a gun and it evolves into a tank. Yeah. But no way in hell is anybody seeing Octillery as a tank anymore. The beta design for Octillery was badass. Now that looks like a tank. But this Octillery is mid. It's not a good design. An octopus is such a freaking cool marine creature, and there's so many cool ways that you could design a creature based off an octopus. But they completely midified this prompt. We really need some justice for beta Octillery. Our last mon of today is a very interesting one, and that's Entei. Entei by itself would probably be a super cool Pokemon if it just weren't a legendary. The only issue with Entei is that it's really mid for being in a league full of amazing Pokemon. It's pure fire type, which really isn't all that great on the competitive side of things, other than being kind of good defensively. On top of that, it's part of a badass trio with both Raikou and Suicune. Suicune is gorgeous and Raikou is fierce, while Entei just looks like an old wise man. And I guess that is something that you can kind of appreciate about the design. And that's why I wouldn't necessarily call Entei bad, it's just very mid to be a legendary. To me, Entei is one of the most mid designs among the Pokemon that are classified as legendary. Subscribe.